Hello, I'm Katie and I have a blog at katiewritesstuff.com, but along with writing stuff, I also enjoy reading stuff, photographing stuff, eating stuff, and particularly making stuff. So today I'm going to talk to you about some things I found recently at a vintage market and some op shops. It's not just because I like showing off stuff and sharing it, but it's also to show you that if you're interested in vintage sewing and knitting and that sort of thing, you don't have to pay a fortune for things on the internet or at vintage markets when you can find them cheaply at op shops as well. It is possible. But before we get started, I thought I'd tell you what I'm wearing. It's all by me. So the dress is, with a few tweaks, made from Vogue 8723. The best thing about this pattern is it has pockets. Is there anything better than pockets in a dress? I don't think so. You would think if you're making your own clothes with your own fabric and your own pattern that you'll be pretty safe in thinking it's unique, but there is actually someone at work who's made a dress from exactly the same fabric. Fortunately, it's a very different dress. Yes, one day we did both wear them at the same time, so that was a bit awkward. The cardigan is knitted from one of my favourite cardigan designers, Sunglow, which were produced in the 40s and 50s in Australia. I bought this book on Etsy for $5. It's a great little shop that has so many scans of Sunglow, and the one I made is Ballad, which is really cute. It's in two sizes. Basically, if you want to do the larger size, use different size needles. Genius. Anyway, let's get into it. So I found all of these things last week when we went on a little bit of a road trip to, I guess it's West Gippsland. And the first place we stopped at was a little town called Yarragon, because there was a sign for a vintage market, so who am I not to stop for that? So these are the things that I found there. And these were pretty decent prices considering it was a vintage market, but still my favourite. Look at this rickrack. I already have yellow rickrack, but I don't have white, and I already have a million pins, but you can never have too much rickrack. And this gorgeous, gorgeous button, an old Butterick, which some of them have dates on, but this one doesn't, but we can pretty safely say that's the 60s. And as I said, I love Sunglow, so I found this pack that has this one. This one's missing the front cover, but that's the back cover. And also this. It's so amazing. Knitting for all your sporting needs. And the little packet said pack of 2 knitting books. So I guess I'm not very good at counting. But again, that wasn't too bad a price. That you sometimes see vintage knitting patterns for $10 each, and I just don't think they're worth it. My favourite thing I didn't actually find, and this is the reason I take my husband with me, because I can look into a stall and say, meh, moving on to the next one. And then he'll go into it after me and find something amazing. And he found this book, which was $20. And if any of these haven't focused, I will do a proper thing later. It is formerly a library book, as we can see. You can sort of see what they've done with the spine there. It's called Needlework and Cutting Out, and it was originally, the first edition was 1897, but this one's 1926. And you can see in the front that it was in the library of the Girls' Technical School in Sale, which is a larger town in Gippsland, a bit further to the east of Victoria where I live. But it is incredible. I'm mostly interested in the cutting out section, and it's all drawers and knickerbockers, for example. Making up a skirt that goes down to the floor, even though it's 1926. And it's just fantastic. If you have a look at the laying out of a skirt, I mean, they're right next to each other. There's no wastage of fabric here. For $20, that was amazing. So that's the stuff I found at the vintage market. But we did also go to a couple of op shops. So as far as knitting patterns go, this is probably one of my favourites. Now I know it's not quite as vintage as this, but it's ridiculous. I love it. Saturday, I'm a footy fan because it is the Totem Diary. Totem is 8 plywood. That's been popular forever here. I don't know if you have it anywhere else. Sunday, we're packing the skis and we're off to the snow. Monday, the walk is good for both of us. I don't know, I think I would actually wear those socks with those pants. I probably would. Don't judge me. Alright, you can judge me. Tuesday, I love this one. The other girls are late for lunch. I think they stood you out. Just saying. Wednesday, because I don't know, they didn't have enough patterns. There are only 7 days in a week. I knitted a back and a sleeve. So I'm making you go through this because I love it. Thursday is my shopping day. I love that shopper. And on Friday, he's coming to dinner. And that is a super cute little cardigan. I would make that in an instant. Actually, I might make that. Add that to my style. So, I mean, commonly you'll find more 70s, 80s, 90s knitting patterns. But I have found a heck of a lot of older patterns in op shops. And I've even found some from the 20s and 30s. Actually, one of those I was given for free because it was a scrunched up piece of paper and the lady thought it was nothing. So, and when it comes to dressmaking patterns, you can find some amazing things. They apparently make me sing. Okay, I'm going to start with this because, well, look, you'll see. It is, yes, a jumpsuit. It's a dress and a jumpsuit. And I couldn't think of a reason not to buy it. I just couldn't. I still can't. I can't think of a reason not to make it. But I mean, that one with the short sleeves and make that cut off. I mean, I don't normally dress like this on the weekends when I'm home alone. Scandalous, I know. And I think if I had like a ridiculous looking jumpsuit, then that's something like casual I could wear. That's a bit classier than just a t-shirt and shorts, which, yes, I do wear when no one can see me. So you can find things like that, but you can also find things that get a bit better. So this one, and I love some of them will have dates on. So this one is one of the ones without a date. Oh no, 1974. So it's an amazing set of dress, a jacket or a top. Is it a jacket? It's a top. Yeah, a couple of tops, pants. We call trousers pants in Australia, so maybe just trousers to make it simple, and some skirts and cute little shorts. That was in an op shop called Fossick and Find in a town called Morwell. I mean, how can you not go to an op shop like that? Look, I would go a long way for a pussy bow blouse, and this is from 1977. Can you see how flat it is? That is uncut, ladies and gentlemen. That is an unused pattern. How awesome are style illustrations. Love them. And here's another style one. Again, quite flat, uncut, 1976. And probably my favorite, which I think shows you that you can find cool stuff in op shops for next to nothing if you look, is this final one from 1968. Which, how adorable is that? That one, not quite as flat, but has been used. So I hope all the pieces are still in there, but that's so cute. Hands down, I want to make that middle one eventually. So, and probably that pile of patterns probably cost me the same as that, even though that was at a price I was happy to pay. Probably $5 maybe? I think it was $5. So if you are a vintage sewer and knitter like me, you don't have to pay a fortune to find the stuff. You just have to persevere. So I have found the best things in the weirdest of places, so just look everywhere. Just look at everything and you will find some treasures. So this is my first sort of sewing vlog ever. Yay! So I'm sorry to the people who follow my channel for stuff about writing, because this is a little bit off-piste, as they say. I would love it if you would subscribe. I'm looking to make connections with as many sewing bloggers as possible. It's so much fun to share this hobby with lots of people around the world. Please do check out my actual blog. I'll link that below. I do talk about vintage sewing and knitting there, as well as some of my other hobbies. And I would also like if you tell me about some of your favourite ever finds or favourite shops in the comments below. So yeah, I would love to hear about some of the things that you've found, because it's so exciting. I'll be a little bit jealous, I'm not going to lie, but it just gives me hope that I'll find some cool things too. So until next time, I will say goodbye and happy sewing and knitting.